Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Lyonga Screen Goddess. You're welcome to another edition of The Review, honey. Now, this show, ever since we launched, we're talking about 16 good episodes, honey. Social media has been buzzing, especially our last edition featuring Zamani Blog and Young Time. That Young Time came on the show and he made some shocking revelations. A lot of people on the internet weren't pleased with that. Some came at me, they were like, why did you allow Young Time to to narrate all of those things? It was not supposed to do that because, you are a female, he's talking about an ex who is a woman. You were not supposed to. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just a talk show host, okay? My guests, you are free to tell us whatever they want to tell us, okay, honey? Now, if you feel like whatever they're saying is not proper, then the review is open for you to come and tell us your own story. On today's edition, we're going to be talking about Cameroon. We'll be talking about record labels. We're going to talk a little bit of AFCON. When I mean AFCON, we'll be focusing on Gando, who is stranded in Côte d'Ivoire. And of course, we'll be reviewing some music that have been released recently in the Cameroon music industry. Now, all these are will be coming to your TV screen. And of course, I have two gentlemen with me. I'm going to start with the first. Oh, honey. Now, it's been a while since I saw him. I'm talking about Hypeman Woods. Like, he's one of Cameroon's finest music creators. He's an artist manager. He's just a handful. And sitting next to him is a music business consultant, Renee Imota. A whole lot of you have seen him on this platform, right? So stay with me on this roller coaster ride as we bring you nothing but the best on nothing but entertainment. This is The Review. I am Lyonga. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, say the music. Shorty, feel the magic. Every time you want your back on, you're taking all the boys insane. Every time I look you from afar, you make me wanna change. Baby, you hypnotize more than a gypsy. Baby, you hypnotize more than a mermaid. Will you be my adrenaline? Come and be my adrenaline. Will you be my adrenaline? Come and be my adrenaline. Will you be my adrenaline? Come and be my adrenaline. Feel the magic. Baby, j'ai le mouvement. Baby, j'ai le ringo. Baby, j'ai le swagger. Alors faut me donner. Baby, j'ai le mouvement. Baby, j'ai le ringo. Baby, j'ai le swagger. Alors que veux-tu de plus? She's got it. She makes all the boy them to suffer every time when she can pass it. She makes all the boy them to wonder every time when she can whine it. Which kind of go with this? Nyanga, baby, you hypnotize more than a gypsy. Baby, you hypnotize more than a mermaid. Will you be my adrenaline? Come and be my adrenaline. Will you be my adrenaline? Come and be my adrenaline. Will you be my adrenaline? Come and be my adrenaline.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining in, you're welcome to another edition of The Review right there on Dash TV. And of course, I am Lyonga Screen Goddess, Chichi, anyone is fine. Okay, like earlier mentioned, honey, today we're going to be talking about a whole lot of things. First of all, we're going to review Young Time song Sophie. Yeah, now a whole lot of people feel like he was talking about his ex Mine. And of course, we're talking about Gano, who is currently stranded at Ivory Coast, despite the fact that a sum of 1.2 million was actually contributed for him to have a safe return back to Cameroon. The report we're hearing is that he squandered everything and is now left with a sum of 25,000 francs, and he's still in Ivory Coast. And here in Cameroon, we'll be talking a bit of record label Wahala, starting with Asaba and the record label Starfish Entertainment, and they were going to move over to Akumba Music to see what is happening there. Not forgetting Blue Nations. I know last week we spoke about it with Zamani and of course Young Time, but today we're going to be expatiating, yes? So if you want to find out all these beautiful things we have in store for you on today's edition, then stay with me, do not go anywhere, as I introduce our very first guest. Now, if you want to talk about artists and managers, the importance of managers, honey, you are not going to mention Cameroonian artists or artist managers rather without talking about Hypeman Woods. Hey, bro. Oh, it's the way you're looking. You're giving me this Nigeria sugar daddy, you know, Nigerian Odogu kind of vibe. I love what you're wearing.
Thank you, thank you.
Who made it?
I really don't know the brand, but I know the person from whom I bought it. I bought it from Karine Basila.
Karine Basila.
She's in Yaoundé. I don't know her trademark. I think it's Tagzak something.
If I were her, when next you come, I'm going to double the price. Huh? How have you been? Happy New Year.
No, Happy New Year. It's been a while.
I know.
Yeah, really.
You're looking so fresh. You've been out eating a whole lot of artist money. Tell me about that.
No, not really. Just been in and out of the country, South Africa, places. Yeah.
So what's taking you there? Is it music?
Shows. Conferences. Partnership. And stuff.
Okay,
yeah.
So tell us about your latest achievement.
Well, you know, I run my own agency now, Hype House Media. So I'm trying to partner with some guys in South Africa. So that's why I go in and out sometimes to try to make the partnership really work, because we need it. Cameroonians need it. You know, when you say you're an artist manager, you have to have a lot of stretches. Like you can stretch from Cameroon to UK, South Africa, US, stuff like that. So I started with South Africa, then I'll probably want to go to the next territories and see how I can really consolidate my position and facilitate the growth of my artists, whoever I'm going to work with. So that's my objective now.
So how accommodating, how welcoming are South Africans towards foreigners?
South Africans are welcoming, open to work with anybody. You know, they didn't have this culture of leaving their country to a different place.
Right.
They weren't used to it. They were contented about the money they were making in their place, because the money was huge in the first place. And for the media, they have SABC, they have MTV Base, and a whole lot of media channels that they work with that's helping to sell their image to the other nations without them moving. So now, I think the whole thing started after the collaboration between Davido and Focalistic. He became big internationally, and people started finding it interesting or what it to go out of South Africa and make their move or something. So that after Focalistic, we started having people like Tyler and the rest, Uncle Waffles, are trying to go to Britain and stuff like that. Okay. So they're very welcoming. When they know that you're coming from a different place and you're actually big, and they see they can tap in from your own market, they associate with you, so it's easy. Yeah.
Nice. Now, I think 2 years ago, when the news broke out that Ewube has gotten a collaborations, we all were very much excited with Open Mic Productions and all, but we're not hearing anything about it. So when you say, okay, I'm going to South Africa, I'm trying to negotiate, I'm trying to work, I'm trying to network, like, what happened to Ewube? I mean, we didn't see anything, so are you sure yours is going to be something?
I can't say much about anything related to Ewube, because I don't know the heads and the tail of the deal, you understand? But what I know is something didn't actually go well, because you can't be associating yourself with a name like how do they call this guy again? Open mic,
Master KG.
Master KG, and something big doesn't come out of it. Therefore, means probably there was a camouflage behind the whole thing. I would love to be honest, because I don't see a partnership with Master KG and things die down. It therefore means that the whole thing, something didn't really go straight.
Right.
Yeah.
So if were you, would you have preferred that she remained with Stevens? I think with Stevens, she was releasing songs, though they were not like big, but I think she was releasing.
I always have a problem with Cameroonian artists. Our main problem is the vision. I don't know if you. I've met Ewube 1 or 2 times, but we've not really spoken about her music because she's not that kind of open person or that kind of easygoing person that can really give you room for you to ask some question and chip in something.
Right.
So I can't really tell, but I'm certain if you ask Ewube what was your vision in this music thing, I don't think she can give you something concrete, because anybody who fails at the given point with the talent, it therefore means the person did not have a vision, because if you don't have a vision, you cannot pull through. Yeah, you cannot be an artist and you don't have a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan. It therefore means things just strike you by surprise. And if you're that kind of an artist, then you'll not last long. So I probably believe that's what just happened with Ewube. She was just doing things like, okay, there's a song I'm doing now, I didn't just do it, I'll probably just blow up. It's not like this is the route I'm following for this number of time. I don't think she had that.
You think she lacks intentionality then?
Something like that. I don't think she had that vision.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
But then if you look at Ewube's journey, when she was the owner of, or co-owner of Omega Records, she was doing pretty well. Don't you think so? Like, she was releasing very beautiful songs and then Stevens music. And so do you think she is a problem, or she leaving her record label to trust her career in the hands of strangers is the problem?
I think she is a problem. It boils down back to the same vision thing, because now, talking about Ewube, relating her to Omega Music or whatever, then things were not like now that technology has come in and people are actually lazy. They just depend on technology, on social media, on stuff like that. Back then, it was like just like the difference between an automatic car and a manual car, where you have to really put in your own effort. Back then, we didn't really have free access to social media, so people had to put in more effort. So, and then that was her beginning. She was still fresh, she was still hungry. You understand? And besides, she was surrounded by people. Very probably then she was listening to people, because this internet fame had not climbed people's head like now. So people believed in people back then. So I think it would have been easier then for her to listen to somebody and do something greater than now. Because now anybody, so long as you trend on social media, you feel like you're already a big star. You don't put in more effort. Whereas then it was difficult, because you had to really convince people with something great. I think that's the difference.
But let's talk a little bit about her genre of music. I mean, dancehall. Is it marketable? Is that something Cameroonians gravitate towards?
One thing with music is anything can be marketable. Anything can be marketable when you make people feel like this is a product to be purchased.
Right.
You understand? Okay, because when we talk of, look, someone like Victoni. Victoni's style is different from what Rema does, from what Arya Star does, or what Phil does. You understand? It is marketable. You understand? So talking about Ewube's genre, I don't think there's any problem with that. I just feel like probably people surrounding her didn't really think, which boils down now to the record label thing, because people come with their own different vision. They suppress people's minds, and they don't really. We have record labels who have like 3 to 4 artists, but they prioritize one person. You understand? And they put in their all. It's not like that person is the only person who can sell. It's because they focus on that person. You understand? And in during that period, Ewube was in Stevens' music, and the focus was on Daphne. It's true, Daphne too did well. She really, really deserved the spot. But Ewube has everything. I just feel like there was some sort of reluctance, some sort of negligence, some sort of abandonment, because I don't feel like Daphne, when you listen to Daphne from the Rastafari era, to the Calais and the Promets-moi, all those things, you notice that she switched from doing something else to something else at one point of time, because people focused their mind on her and they drilled her. If they had done the same thing with the Wube, I probably believe the Wube would have excelled. Yes. Okay.
Now it brings me to this next question. By the way, let me introduce my guest. Oh, do you have any introduction? Renee Water. How are you, Bo?
I'm good.
Okay, so this question for you. Let's talk about the contribution of Alphabet Records towards the growth of Anglophone music industry, right? Now, because he mentioned that they were focusing on Daphne. There were people who were behind Daphne, and you cannot talk about Daphne's career, the success of her career, without mentioning Salatiel. Like, Alphabet Records did a great job. I mean, Mr. Leo was writing most of the songs, Salatiel is producing, and you understand. So now, let's talk Alphabet Records and their contributions to the music industry.
Yeah, Alphabet, you know, how the Anglophone music industry actually started, you know. Boya was like a base for everybody.
Right.
And Alphabeta comes in that system that it was like, how we put it down, somehow like Deco Records. You know, they come with a new sound that is appealing to the people. And they're trying to work like, you know, grouping all these talents. Leo, from Leo to Blaze B, you know, they later put Askia in. I mean, it was a full clique of talented producers, talented songwriters, you know, and they were really moving, they were really pushing, because there were those kind of record labels that actually break into the Francophone market and bring that acceptance that, okay, the Anglophone really have talent. It's like they brought out the spotlights on the Anglophone music industry. But it comes a time, you know, while they were making this huge progress, it comes a time that there will always be hiccups, you know, based on how the management is going, you know, because Salatiel was so much concentrated on building Alphabeta to a certain level up till even living his own career as an artist.
Right.
But he was focusing more on the production, while pushing Leo to some certain extent. Then Bless B later comes in. But it comes a time that I think everybody has grown. You know, everybody has grown. And probably Salatiel feels like he has to really focus on his own career. So a lot of things started going
south.
Yeah, south, upside down, and you know, there's always no matter how they are good friends. But when it comes to that record label business, there will always be some issues. Certain things were happening in the background that maybe the public were not aware of, and everybody started finding their own routes, you know. But they are still working together somehow. They're not like enemies. They're separated amicably. You know, everybody is doing well in their own part.
Right.
But right now, we don't really have that strong record labels that at least you can pinpoint that this is actually a record label that can...
That's having an art.
Yes, that can break out internationally. Because when you're looking for investors, you know, the people that actually forms the pillar of the industries are record labels. But when investors want to come in and they don't really see proper organization, there's no mechanism of the record labels functioning, because who are they coming to invest in? You know, because big record companies, they just look for like, who are the top record labels around? They come in, they affiliate, and put them in their conglomerate. But right now, no big record company can come in Cameroon because there is no solidified record label on the ground that they can really affiliate and partner with to push the industry forward.
Very well.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Hypeman, still on the contributions of Alphabet Records. I mean, back then we used to see a lot of artists. If Blanche Bali came to Boya, you would see the tenors, the Mings, they want to collaborate, they want to work with us, you know. Now, would you say that the separation, or I don't want to call it because it was never dissolved, the record label is still going, but the other artists leaving Alphabet Records, or the fall of Alphabet Records, it actually affected the Anglophone music industry. Is it safe to say that?
Not really 100%, because I would say the fall of, not really the fall, because Anglophones artists did not fall. They just lost focus, like the lost grip. Now, and which is very normal, because, you know, going back to the year 2015 downward, you know, Boya was like Atlanta in the US. You know, Atlanta, Jermaine Dupri, the So Def, producing real hits, where crunk music came from and all those stuff from the South, you understand? That's how Boya was, you understand? Boya was becoming a terror to Cameroonian music. Ex-Malaya and most of those people will rush to Boya. The NOBs were in Boya. Bonte was still like a growing name. NOB, shout out to him, he's done a lot. Yeah. Now, the thing is, what happened with Boya was a crisis. The fact that most of these Anglophones, for their safety, had to leave Boya to Douala. And now, leaving Boya to a new territory, looking for a way to adapt, they had to like trade some of their values, some of their habits to fit in. Because if you notice, this Anglophone musicians starting to sing in French, mixing English and French, started from that period, 2016, 2017. You understand? Because they came to Douala, so they had to adapt. You know, those were two separate industries. They did not really care about it, because when around that 2016, Tizzy Panchak was already, I was looking at Tizzy Panchak. To me, he was my even favorite artist than even his Nigerians. When he released Stay With Me, you would see someone who was already a superstar and he was doing real music. Right. You understand? Then after a point, he just left all those strength to come out to adapt, to start doing something else, feeling like he was now in the second zone, not in the first zone, not really giving him the best. That confidence was not really there. It's just like they had to kneel to beg people, whereas they were already kings where they came from. They didn't come like kings. Right. You understand? Because if you take someone like Alpha Beta Record, these people in Alpha Beta Record, Salatiel, Mr. Leo, and all those people. Now, the difference with Salatiel, Mr. Leo, and the others, because Salatiel has this francophone background. So he already infused that in the whole system. Right. Because when you listen to Omar Giri, that was before the crisis. Mr. Leo was already doing songs in French and English, you understand? So, but now, when they came now, the Anglophones, they lose their grip. They lost their grip. Then they had to just kneel. It's like, you're a king, you're coming to kneel to somebody. And that's where the Anglophone thing really died down. The superiority, you understand? Because before then, the Francophones were already sending alarm and alert that Veuillez Boya. Veuillez Boya, Boya. So the New York. Wow. La musique qui sort de là, c'est le feu. You understand? Then all of a sudden, those people come out because of the crisis. They come out, they have to come and depend. Whereas they already had.
I think that's what gave birth to 80-20. Would you agree? Because back then, thank you for taking us down that memory lane. There was no such as 80 because we're watching, we're supporting, you know, Salatiel, they'll give us back to back. Yeah, that's true. You have a point. So
a lot of things happen from the crisis, you know, and that's a typical Anglophone behavior. That's a typical Anglophone behavior. Anglophones, you see, when you look at Francophones and Anglophones, they'll say Francophones are proud. They are not proud. They are just confident. They know what they have and they stick to it. They don't even care to know if you have more than them, but they value what they have. But an Anglophone person will want to associate even with the person he or she hates, just so people will think that they are cool.
I get. That's complex issues. Huh?
Complex issue, you understand? So that's why you see most of these Anglophones, they have lost their identity because they want to belong to something that is not really necessary. You understand? Because without the crisis, we would have had international artists already.
Yeah.
Wow.
Without the crisis, if the crisis did not exist, Tizzy Panchak would have been a big star today. Tizzy Panchak would have been a superstar.
Right.
Without the crisis. Without the crisis, Mr. Leo would have been an international artist.
Yep.
Tizzy Panchak, Mr. Leo, Blanche Bailey, all they would have been bigger than what they are today. You understand? Because the Francophone music does not really have a broad market. Does not really have a broad market. You would hardly see Jose, Dizzy B, all these people are not international artists.
No, they're not.
They are just big African artists because African consumes everything. But Nigerians, Ghanaians, they have international artists because of the language. That language, this English language that we speak, that we have been opportune to speak, is a tool the other people don't have.
But instead we feel so inferior.
Because we abandon our home, try to go and to fit in a home that does not extend bigger than what we had.
It's just like what Akon said in one of his interviews, that if like the Congolese, right? If the Congolese was an English-speaking nation, by now we will not be talking about Afrobeats. But what limits them was the language.
The language.
But since Ghanaians and Nigerians are speaking the language that the global music industry is relating to, so it was very easy for them to break internationally.
Okay, it makes sense. But now let me ask you this. Our artists are aware that English language is our strong point and we should. Why do they keep forcing the French into their songs and stuff?
Yeah, it's like you live in an environment that you have limited resources, you know, and everything that you're supposed to use to move forward is based on the other side. So it's like you are trying to satisfy a certain crowd of people, that particular crowd also have a limit, you know.
Wait, Hype, do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with, because when you look at, you see this, most of these are, like I said, they already lost their identity. So they cannot come back. It's like you have betrayed some people who used to believe in you because you found a new refuge somewhere and you feel like, okay, these people don't really count. Let me just switch to these people. Then you go now, you're rejected. You want to come back. You understand? So yes, so that's what has happened. That's why you see most of them are already lost. Because they can't come back. You don't expect someone who has been singing 80% of his content in French to want to start doing English music. Already now he's going to lose the newfound that he's trying to dominate because he wants to come back to somewhere that he will not probably accept it. You understand? I
want us to review Mr. Leo. Mr. Leo released another song, guys. It's titled Veuillez. It's like nobody knows that he released a song. Now, Mr. Leo has been switching. Is it folklore you want to do? Is it the former songs you were doing? But now, let's talk about it. Let's talk timing. Do you think Mr. Leo left Alpha Beta Records at the right time? Let's be very honest. Because the Leo who was at Alpha Beta Records or in Alpha Beta Records, and the Leo who left to create his own, who was later on betrayed, and the Leo who is now, it's like three different Mr. Leos.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the problem Mr. Leo is facing is because he left Alpha Beta Record.
Okay.
What I would say is, and I wouldn't say either that Mr. Leo did not have a vision. He did have a vision. But I think Mr. Leo's problem is lack of patience and precipitation, the lack of proper plan. He did not really have a plan, or whatever people he was surrounded by. Because now, you are from a place that's dominated by showcases, not even proper concerts. Because these are artists, most of them per year, they can do proper concert like twice, but they will do about 20 to 30 showcases. Now, you are from that part of the world. And you know, doing showcases, you can sing just anything, playback. You can play anyhow. It's showcase. People are drinking their alcohol. They are controlled by alcohol, not really what you're singing, because the concert is different. You understand? Because there's no alcohol. Even if the people sell alcohol, people are there to watch. But in the showcase, in a club or in a snack, people are there to drink the alcohol, consume the alcohol. You come and do your music thing, whatever. 80% of people might not even be with you, but because they are buying the alcohol, you think they are with you. You understand?
Right.
So now, Mr. Leo comes from that era, from that territory, from that place that is dominated by showcases. Now we know the kind of music that you have to release to have showcases. Now you in less than 2 years, which is not enough for you to switch, you want to start doing music for festivals that you don't have a catalog of festivals who will book you for you to know that you can make at least $5,000 from a festival that will make you forget about showcases. Now he found himself in a dilemma where he had to be thinking of festivals and proper concerts and trying to do showcases to have money to pay bills. Now there was that confusion. You go back, you're doing the new music you have adopted, now which you cannot take and do the songs with your showcases. You have to go back to your old songs, jamais, jamais, jamais. There's that confusion. So your audience don't have a feel of what you're trying to do. Now they are confused. So you're going back and forth. You understand? Whereas he would have maybe done showcases for a long while, gather some money, abstain from those showcases, know that, okay, I'm going to invest for the next 3 years because I'm not going to do any showcase anymore. I'm going to invest. The money I've made is going to sustain me for this period while I invest, I network. I try to see how I can have showcases in the upcoming years. You understand? That's the problem he's facing, because all those music he's singing, you cannot take those same music to go and perform in a club, in a nightclub, in a snack bar. You have to perform those songs in festivals or proper concerts. Now, you don't have that catalog you don't have the contacts for those festivals yet. So you are already lost because you will not have shows. Now you need money to pay bills, you need money to promote your music, your videos, etc. Now you don't have money, what do? You'll be forced to go back and perform your old songs. Confusion.
And it seems like Cameroonians have moved past it. We've moved past Mr. Leo.
Yes.
No, Mr. Leo does not only have that problem of that confused scenario. Mr. Leo have an imagery problem. Mr. Leo does not have an image. You agree with me that in anything entertainment, anything that has to do with public figure, your image plays a greater part. The way you look, how presentable you are, is the first thing that attracts people to purchase whatever thing you present.
Yeah.
That's why you see people will say whatever thing they want to say about Stanley, but his looks in the first place will attract you.
Right. That's
why I always say that it's not about the product. The product is what brings the attraction, and the brand starts from your image. You can have a good sound, but people listen to your sound, they like it. But when they meet the person who sings the sound, you don't attract them.
You don't attract
and that also kills their energy for not even listening to you, right? That's why image, in this business, image is very important.
Right. I think that was what Nabi meant when he said artists, they like packaging. They want finishing.
No, you have to package.
Okay.
Because you have to package.
Right.
You are a product. And you always release product. Right. So you yourself representing that product. You're ambassador to your product.
Right.
So if you cannot be an ambassador to your product, don't expect that people will look you some way. You understand? That's why sometimes you have to package. Even if they say, fake it till you make it. It's not just like you can fake the image until you make it. And it has happened with a lot of people. It's how you carry yourself.
How you carry yourself.
You understand? It's how you carry yourself.
But before, talking about carrying yourself, Mr. Leo, I mean, he's always looked like this, but people used to enjoy his songs. And
no, the thing is, you cannot deny Mr. Leo's talent. You cannot. Mr. Leo is, if you want to talk about talent in Cameroon, Mr. Leo is one of the best.
Yeah, it's extremely
you see how rare Jovi is. That's how rare Mr. Leo is.
Right.
You understand? But now the image. Sometimes you do some certain things. You think that people like when you're simple, just yourself. No, as a public figure, people want something that's shiny.
It should be.
It should
We are no longer in the
You understand?
analog
Mr.
era.
Leo does not. He needs. We're talking about packaging. Does not mean that you have to wear dresses for 1 million or stuff. You understand? You have to know your body. You have to at least. People need to see you flash. It's not okay. Now, I don't think. Let's say. Let me take ask for example. If you go to Mr. Leo's house, I'm not sure you're going to see this fat back TV. You're going to see flat screens everywhere because he's going with advancement, development, modernity, right? Okay, so he wouldn't want people to go back to those things. He has to, his image, the way he appears, his even so many things. His
Personality,
image, yes, has a lot of problems that it needs to be fixed.
Okay. Very well. Now, let's talk now the record label issue. Him creating Lion Production, which is now Lion's Music. Was it the right time? And do you think he will always? I know he tries to act tough. You know, you men, they say that you're not allowed to cry, you're not allowed to show weakness. But then when you look at Mr. Leo, do you still feel like he's very much affected by Gomez and Kameni leaving his record label? And because even when you get to see Askia is in Lion's Music, but it's like she's not in Lion's Music. The kind of energy Leo was putting on Kameni and Gomez, especially on Kameni, you don't see that on Askia. That's very honest. And then him trying to transition like Askia from a rap queen to a singer to an artist. What do you make of it?
The truth is, Mr. Leo, I'm not close to Mr. Leo. I don't even know if he knows me, but I know his manager. I'm not sure Mr. Leo has not heard about Kameni and Gomez leaving, because those people were more than just musicians or artists signed under his label. They were family. And Mr. Leo is one rare musician that I think that he gave in his best in his label before parting ways, because Mr. Leo stayed with Alpha Beta for more than 5 years before leaving. So he had served before leaving. So he left at the appropriate time. That's why he did not take him time to make Kameni and Gomez become household names. You understand? Right. Now, the problem was not him. The problem would probably be Kameni and Gomez, because like I always say, most of these artists don't have a vision and they lack patience. Now, the lack of patience comes in because they don't have a vision. Because if you have a vision, you know that, okay, what I'm doing today, it is going to pay off in 5 years. If I make 100 million in the second year, it means I have the possibility of making 1 billion in the 5th year. Let me persevere. Let me put the same energy. Let me put the same respect, the same love, the same determination, everything. I will reap everything, because everything is like a prayer. Vision is like a prayer. Is that you're communicating with God and you're making God to see that this is what you want to achieve. God, see me through. Now, at the end of the day, God is blessing you bit by bit to show you that I'm with you, my son, or I'm with you, my daughter. Then now, at the second or third year, when you have already communicated with God that you have 5 years, you want to leave. God feels like you're not ready, like something's going to happen. And at the end of the day, you'll be shaky and you'll not even stand. You understand? I think that's a problem. Gomez is not doing music anymore because Gomez is in the US. He's stuck in the US. He's not coming back. And he cannot do anything music. He's stopped. So he's abandoned already. So you notice someone who's full of energy, because when I look at, I have few Cameroonian artists who can easily become international. First, Tizi Panchak is one artist who can become very global. Tizi Panchak, when you listen to Tizi Panchak sing, you know that he can do marvelously well. When you listen to Gomez is another person. The other people who release hit songs around Cameroon, they have better hit songs than Tizi Panchak and Gomez. But you see Gomez and Tizi. When you listen to Tizi's music, you know that there is some roots. Just that he does not take his music seriously. But when you listen to Tizi sing, you know that this person, this thing that Burna Boy is doing, if Tizi Panchak was serious with his music or patient, him saying that he can beat Burna Boy, it's possible because he has everything it takes, but he does not have a proper vision. He's not sticking to that vision, and he's not serious with his music, but he has the talent. You understand? One person who has talent, Kosi is a very talented person, musician, but Kosi has a limitation, unlike Tizzy. Tizzy can be global, far more global than.
Well, what are Kosi's limitations according to you?
Now, if you put, let me take for example Kosi and Tizzy, the work ethic, the way Kosi treats his music is like, it's like he's very spiritual about it. He's very, his work ethic, he doesn't joke with it, you understand? Now, Kosi does not just sing anyhow, anyway. He has a way he records. And when he wants to record, people are not in the house. Not like he practices juju or whatever thing, but he has that consciousness that this is my business. I have to focus to something great has to come out of it. That's why you see him producing hits. But his limitation is that he would have been, talking about Tizzy being global, Kosi would have been been the same thing. But once you find yourself doing something over and over, it becomes a part of you that even when you want to do something serious, it cannot come. You understand? When you listen to songs like Caro, listen to songs like Bolo, listen to songs like Mon Palapala, it's different from these Dozo Spaghetti, other things that he releases now. But he cannot go back and easily release Bolo, those kind of songs, those classic releases, because he has done this thing that he does. It's become like a habit. If Kosi wants to release a song, like he will release just like he's doing, just like those kind of things that was just trend 3-6 months.
Do you feel like he's stuck?
He's stuck, definitely.
Oh.
So he needs time. He needs to stop releasing music for like 1 year, 1 full year without releasing those things. Then he has to know that, man, at this level, it's like I don't lose focus. Yeah, I come back.
Okay.
You understand? Because if you expose Tizzy, Gomez, Kosi to a typical Nigerian market with the same opportunities, the same resources, Gomez, Tizzy will produce something Nigerians will shake than what Kosi will produce.
That's true.
Not like those people are better than him, but because of the habitual thing he's done that has turned around his whole inspiration. You understand? Yeah. But when you listen to Tizzy has not really lost focus or something. But my only problem with him is he doesn't take his music seriously.
Yeah, let's talk about his lyrics.
No, his lyrics are deep.
It's all the same. I mean,
yes, they are the same, but his lyrics are the same.
Right.
But his lyrics are deep. When you listen to, most people can relate to Tizzy Panchak's lyrics. Most people don't even know what he's saying in music because already know that they try to kill me, they put sound for Magari. But if you listen to it, the depth of it, you understand that he has a cause. He represents a cause. That's what is important. It's not just the lyrics.
But don't you think that, I mean, just like Kose, you feel like he's stuck because he's been doing the same thing over and over again. Don't you think like Tizzy has given us the same story? Fine, you had enemies. Yeah, people are jealous of you. They want to kill you. You're from a humble background. But bro, good things are happening to you too.
Now it's not about. It is not about the content.
What is it about?
It's not about the content. It's about the product. Because now, though he has been giving those same things could be appealing in the global market. Because when you listen to Tizzy's music, it is true that his beats are really not. They are not really quality.
Even the videos, bro.
Yeah, even the videos, you understand. But when you listen to them, you know that this person. I don't see if you take a Tizzy song and a Kosi song and put it in front of Burna Boy, I bet you Burna Boy will probably say, "But who is this guy?
Right.
Who is this guy?" He will probably ask, "Who is this guy?" about Tizzy than Kosi. But Kosi has quality music. He has quality music. His songs were refined, things like that. But the content The products.
I guess see where you're coming from.
You understand? But the product, it's like you wearing a fake Adidas and someone wearing a Boko Gang t-shirt. Two different things. They don't first of all know what Boko Gang is. Even if a Boko Gang t-shirt, Boko Gang merch, or a Picking for Son merch. Let me not use Boko Gang because let me say a Picking for Son merch. Burna Boy does not know it, but he knows what Adidas is, even if it's fake. You know, but this is Adidas. Then he goes now to see if it's fake. You understand? But he doesn't know this one, so you probably don't even pay attention to it. That's how he's going to relate to those music.
Oh, I see. Okay. Now that you mentioned Picking for Soul, let's talk about Pascal a little bit. Who misses him? He used to be a phenomenal artist. I met him once when I was at High TV. He brought his project to me. When I watched it, bro, that is one talent. What went wrong? Renee, say something at least.
Now, you know, everybody knows why they come into music. You understand? Yes. So Pascal leaving the music industry, he has his own issues, right? I cannot say maybe one or two things goes wrong, but like I said,
would you link it to depression? Him falling out with his father figure, Jovi?
No, I cannot connect that with it. That's why maybe he has his own personal issues.
Okay.
You know, yeah, he has issues with Jovi, but I don't think him leaving the music industry is based on the problem he has with Jovi.
Okay.
Maybe he just have to channel his energy to something else, you know, than just remain in the music industry and striving and struggling and trying to make ends meet and nothing is coming out of it. Maybe you just need to switch the hustle.
Do you agree with?
Yeah, kind of. The thing with Pascal is Pascal impatient. He lost fast cash. He wanted to make money, pap, sharp, and stuff like that. Then because talking about rappers, Pascal is a dope rapper.
Yeah.
Because if Pascal was still active and consistent, Mike Monster will not even be close to Pascal. That's a fact. You understand? And that's what I always say. I always say to anybody who claims that he or she loves Jovi has failed, because the best epoch of our rap was when Pascal and Jovi were together. Yes, the best epoch, because when you listen, Jovi's most commercial album, commercially successful album is Boko God. Then his best overall album that people always praise is 16 Wives. And Pascal was in Boko God and 16 Wives. You understand? And after that, Jovi has not done anything commercially successful. He keeps on releasing consistency, yes, but what is the impact, the success? Nothing. So that's why I always tell people who claim to love Jovi that they failed in allowing Jovi and Pascal separate. Yes, and that's why we don't have a typical good rap song. My Monster is just trying, but My Monster is not a Cameroonian artist. My Monster is a typical Anglophone artist that has made success that a few Francophone know. But Pascal was a rapper that almost the whole Cameroon was aware of.
Okay, so
you understand?
Yeah.
So if we want to see good rap, then we need a reconciliation between Jovi and Pascal, because after Pascal, after the collaboration, when they split, Jovi and Pascal died. Jovi himself just became an artist, just releasing music, no impact, no commercial success or something. People will argue, they will not want to come and say the truth, but me, I don't care. I talk to how it be. Yes, because Jovi had HIV, which was an introduction which made wave. Then now he had a commercial success, which is Mboko God. Pascal was a part of it. Then now his best album overall, that you ask everybody, they will tell you that his best album is 16 Wives. Pascal Pascal was in almost all the songs.
So Pascal was his backbone.
Yeah,
but if he knew, why did he let it go?
No, it's
because
like, you know, it's like sometimes when two creative make, you know, they kind of have some type of energy
yes.
that actually synchronize. And when they're working together, it becomes, the energy that they bring out, it becomes very unique. It's just like, I would say it's just like Pharrell and Chad. That forms out the Neptunes. It's just like Pusha T, the Clips. You see them when they're working together. You experience the energy. So that is the kind of energy that Jovi and Pascal were having. When you find them on a song, and means know how you find that energy in that song.
But then if that was the case, or that was the case, why did Jovi let Pascal go? What was that problem that they couldn't? I mean, just forget about it.
No, Jovi has his own ways. I would not even want to talk about that, because if I want to talk about Jovi's ways, then it means I have to talk about my own ways. We all have our ways. Like I said, I don't want to know what happened, but I just feel like Pascal is not patient.
Yeah.
Pascal loves fast cash. He wanted to embrace life so quick. Job is a very patient man. He takes his time to do things. Or at times he doesn't even know what he's doing. He's just doing his thing just to do. He doesn't maybe he's not even thinking that, okay, this is the outcome that I want to do in the next year. No, I don't even feel like he has that. But I'll just attribute that to patience, or someone who is very patient.
Very patient.
But Pascal was not a patient man. I don't expect Jovi to go back to Pascal with something. Then after that, Pascal too will not stay quiet. He was just running his mouth, just saying things. Yes, and that's the problem our Cameroonians always have. I can have a problem with you today. I'll mind the things I say outside, because me, I have this philosophy that in after every problem, there must be a reconciliation. So mind the things you say, because when the time of reconciliation comes, you should not be held responsible, or you should not be a stumbling block to reconciliation from the things you've said.
Right.
You understand? So you hardly see me, I think this isn't the first time you see me, I've spoken about Kosi or something like that. Because first of all, I always say the truth the way it is. But you would not see me sitting somewhere, even if I know his bad side or something, think that I just pour it like that. No. Because even though him and I, he's his own way, I'm on my own way, but I will not say things, because I know that one day reconciliation might happen. If it happens, fine. I don't want him to say, okay, if you go talk, say. That's what most Cameroonians fail to understand. Pascal was just infant. He was childish. He was excited. He did not even know what he was doing. He was fooled, because the problem came when they promised him a mansion, cars, money, things. So he had to allow someone who made him, because Jovi made him. Though he had his own natural talent, but Jovi made him. It's different. He groomed him. It's different for you to have something and someone says, okay, this thing is in you. You don't know that this thing is in you. Then the person gives you the platform for you to show it out.
Right.
So I will never support Pascal over Jovi in any situation. You understand? Pascal has to bow when Jovi is talking. Okay. I always say things about Jovi, but if Jovi stands, I'll bow.
Why?
No, what Jovi has done is rare.
It's respect.
It's respect. You have to respect people like that, even if they have negative traits, character traits or something, but you have to. It's not easy. Those people are genius, because they are coming into the scene, led to so many other things.
And that's one thing that we experiencing in this Facebook era. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a Facebook era, because there's a whole lot of disrespect within the Cameroon music circle, because some people just feel that when they are popular on Facebook, they can just go about to disrespect people who actually pave the way for them.
Right.
So what majority of the problem that is happening inside the Cameroon music circle is so much disrespect. Yes. People don't, in any industry there is hierarchy, right? You cannot just blow today because you blow on TikTok or stuff like that. And when there's some crazy blogger will just sit around and try to match you up with another legend who has been there for the game. And you feel that, oh, now they are matching me up with these guys. Before you notice tomorrow, you see that twat will be going around and trying to disrespect. some people that paved the way. So most times, when you see sometimes Joby react on things, you have to give credit where credit is due. You understand? You have to give credit. People make this way to happen. Right. So you have to respect your elders. They are elders. People start this game before you. You know. So just because you blow up on Facebook, you just come and you feel that okay, you can match up soldiers with these guys. No.
Let's talk bloggers, because you just said, oh, they'll match you with another person and you feel. Do you think about bloggers are helping the industry grow, or they are?
Our bloggers. Lives on the bloggers.
There is Showbiz, there's Future, there's Zamani Blog, there's Miss Gina Promo, there's Jay Martins, there is
you know, even the
Kimby Blog.
The blogging ecosystem also have a problem. Because when one blog is like kind of a favorite of this particular artist, most times the blogs are always trying to run somebody down to lift another person up. So their own ecosystem also has a problem because they have to fix. For me, I used to call them like the industry police, but some of them even lost focus. Because when you're trying to click things about the Cameroon music industry, right? You go on certain blogs, you see certain things. It's all about matching this one, comparing this one. You know, when you infuse the whole blog ecosystem with so much comparison, that is where it brings a lot of disrespect. And bloggers are most of the people that fuel the disrespect inside the industry. Some of them are doing a great job. They are pushing the culture to the way that they can push it. But some either become very tribalistic, very regional in their blogging style, you know. So they too have their own side of the problem inside the industry. Because a new blog will just pop up today. For example, a new blog will just pop up. He will just realize that, okay, how can I get a lot of followings, right? He just know that he doesn't like this artist. Maybe he will just catch things and start bashing the artist to a certain level that it becomes like the new narrative. When he has gained some attention, then he started focusing now on
the proper blogging.
The proper blogging. But there are some that they have actually carved out their niche to be a real entertainment blogs. But we have to also start to categorize them. You have the A-listed bloggers, who are some have already been known internationally. Then you have a lot of mushrooms blogs.
Do you have bloggers that are known internationally?
Yeah,
Zamani. I think
Zamani is known internationally.
Zamani, music-based, Fuchu. I was in Nigeria, but I know people who mention about their blogs. Right?
To me, I just feel like the whole resetting has to be done in the industry.
Really?
Yeah, a whole resetting, because things are instead going down the drain.
Yeah.
They're not progressing. I remember when we talk about blog, it's a blog that can create an impact. Like, take someone's song can blow from their post, or a movement or something can happen. You understand? That's what you call someone a blogger. I remember Victor, through 237 Showbiz, made a post about the Johnny Walker show and the payment. It led to the organizing of the Papusi, the Yaoundé Palais des Sports concert by Malox, Teno, and Magasco. Because people were saying all the money or all those things like that. So they started arguments started, and it changed so many things. That's blogging. 237 Showbiz has done blogging. Today, the impact will not be the same, but they have done something. That's why I said there has to be a resetting. Now, when you look at some other blogs just come, blogging is not coming to write English or reviews and all those things. No. What is a blogger? A blogger is some sort of a marketer, like he's marketing something through his platform for people to purchase. How many, if we're talking about bloggers not internationally, then we don't have international artists? How? We just have document. You cannot say Zamani blog is an international blog because of the relationship between him and Shatta Wale. It's very normal if I start trolling somebody today, in the next 6 months, that person will probably reply. You understand? I don't look at that. You understand? I don't look at that. Look at people like Zuimanto, like Purpose Zozwa, though they have their nature, which is not really helping entertainment. You see someone like Zuimanto who posts about this rapists, all these things like that, and people like Aria Star will see because it really made noise. That's what you call blogger. You understand? The rest are doing. Nicho Boris is doing a fabulous job. Fonwell is doing a fabulous job because the way Fonwell writes is very intelligent. Then his graphics and all those things, it's good. But I mean, we have to do a whole resetting because we cannot be saying that we are blogs, we are there to promote culture, but at the end of the day, we don't have people who are blowing out of this space. It therefore means we are taking money from the same people to give them the same content, give the same, they themselves who have paid us for them to still come and add us views and all those things like that. It means that there is something that is lacking. You understand? Those bloggers have to sit back, and this is what Cameroon has a problem. Because when you do something, because Shatta Wale has followed you, or maybe you have done one thing, you feel like you're already at a certain level, you're an international blogger. No. I've worked with 2 big artists, but you never see me somewhere beating my chest like I've done this. I know I will hit my chest 10, 15 years from now, because what I'm doing now, I'm simply creating contacts. I'm doing connection. I'm doing collaboration with people. When I will take one small boy tomorrow and transform him into an international artist, that when I'll hit my chest, I'm a manager. But whatever, even if I work with Kosi, I work with Blanche, whatever thing, you know, see me stand somewhere and hit my chest, I've done this. No, that's not what. You understand? I've met people who were there. You understand? Though I'm contributing my own way, but at least now I'm tapping from them now to know that, okay, 5 years from now or 10 years from now, I'll do something. I'll use that to do something. That's when I'll beat my chest that I've done something. But now Cameroonians is just one small thing. You want to just blow one small trumpet like you've done something. You forget now, you start carrying yourself. You understand?
Forget the real work.
Future is a great blogger.
Right.
You understand? Future is a great blogger, but he's lost focus kind of because he's diverse. His mind is, at one point in time, I feel like he's coming back. At one point in time, he was like almost everywhere. He was here, he was working here, he was working here, he was working. And when you're doing like that, you're losing focus. And one thing with Cameroon is, once you already have a name, they don't even care about the results. Whether you're producing something, you're not producing. Just because they say, okay, now this person, they feel like you're doing something, even if you're not doing. You understand? So now it is difficult for us to really sit, analyze, and come up with critical analysis like, okay, this is what this person can do, this is what this person can do, or something. But when you want to talk about blogs that have done big things, 237 Showbiz has done big things. Beamstar has done big things. Purpose Zozwa is giving numbers. Zuimantona is coming. We have seen the impact. The other people, what have they done? It's not like they are not knowledgeable. It's not like they don't know blogging. They know. But let them forget that, okay, this small thing that I've achieved, I should blow trumpets like I've done it. No, you can do more. Keep doing it. We'll get there. I want to see bloggers take our artists and make them become international. It's very possible. That's what blogs do. That's what Tunde Eno does. That's what Bella Niger or all those people do.
Instablog, yeah.
Instablog, you understand? So we don't have bloggers they are doing well.
You know what I'm going to do? You see you? I'm going to have a one-on-one session with you, the review, right? Where we're going to play stuff, you watch them, and then you've been so helpful today. And not forgetting Bestie who had here to, give us his own wisdom. It was an amazing session with the both of you. And Ayo keeps on reminding me we've run out of time, unfortunately. 1 hour, 30 minutes just.
It's like we can see the whole thing.
And just talk about it. But then before we go real quick, tell us, do you have any last words? Do you have any word of encouragement? Is there anything you want to address to Cameroonians or entertainment stakeholders? Anything?
Yeah. When you called me, I was more particular about that label thing.
Right.
Because I had so much to say. But The next, whenever it calls.
Sunday, Saturday, next, yeah.
Because what I want to just say, stakeholders, label owners, they should be very patient. It's not easy. I see some of these artists trolling. They think it's easy. Like I see Renews. She keeps on posting. I laugh. I sit back and laugh. I say all those things. See, you can face the devil, but you don't make the public to know that it's a devil. Let the public go themselves and witness who that devil is. But when you're not saying anything, you keep on posting things. When I want to hurt you, I will do this. After, I've not seen the Lord, but I've seen the devil is working among us. All those things. See, it's not easy for someone to spend like 50 million to make you blow. Even if that person is misbehaving. If you know the stress that person went through to get that money, you bear some certain things. And now people don't bear because they're not patient. They feel like people owe them.
Yeah, too much entitlement.
It's a collaboration. A level is coming with the money, the know-how, everything, and you are coming with your talent. You cannot take your talent and blow up without the level. The level can have as many talents like you, but are you sure you're going to have as many levels as a level hovering you? Not sure. So people have to learn to respect people like that. And level owners too, they should reduce their wicked ways. Yeah, they should reduce their wicked ways, because it is true you're putting in money, but the person too is putting time. You don't want to make all of your money invested and the person does not make any money because you feel like the person has to give you back your money. No, be kind enough to know that if you spend 50 million, you make 30 million or even the 50 million, give the person even 10 million, then you hold 40 million. Don't want to collect all the 50 million at once because the person has put time too. You understand? And that's a typical problem. I have a lot to say about that Pumba music thing, but I hope the next one I will say, because I've been so many things have happened between the owner and I. Yes. So I was coming ready to talk. You understand?
Goodness. Oh my God, bro. You know I love this kind of content. It's like Saturday should just reach fast. Okay, so next week Saturday, I'm going to have a one-on-one session, just the both of us, 1 hour, 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yes, so, Bessie, have any last words?
Not much. For now, let's just see how the direction that the industry is going.
Okay, so you just go with it.
I just believe that everybody should just work on their own self, specialize on what you're doing, and then we can all work together. We can be enemies, right? But when it comes to moving the culture forward, we can still do business, right?
We mustn't be friends.
Yeah, we mustn't be friends before we make money, because all of us are trying to push the culture.
Right.
So we have to take advantage of what we have now, and trying to work together. But the problem we have is everybody's trying to be a captain in their ship. And when there are so many captains, there will always be chaos. Right? And let's find a way that we can create a local ecosystem inside the chaos, because we don't actually have an ecosystem. And without an ecosystem, we'll just be rotating one place, round and round, year in, year out. And we're trying to we want to match up the other nations and stuff like that. But we have to look for a means to create that ecosystem, because when the ecosystem thrives, everybody moves forward.
Beautiful. When the ecosystem thrives, everybody moves forward. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of today's edition of The Review. Honestly speaking, I'm not happy. You know why? I'm always there for the jeans. One day they will finish me for internet, but when I see jeans, I go for it. Honestly speaking, I have a lot of regret. If I knew Hypeman was there talk about global music, I will put you one side. But then again, Saturday is another edition, honey. Stay good with us and don't forget to follow us on social media. Yes, keep up with us and share our content, okay? I'm gonna see you next week Saturday. You have an amazing weekend. Bye.